Y'all know what time it is. The truth teller in the spot. Always bring the facts. Yeah, she make the fake stop. Stop clearing out the noise. Never let the lie rock. Nope. Say it with me loud. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Pop, baby. Receipts on deck, she gon' air that out. Lil Pop, wipe them down. If it's cap in the chat, she gon' call that out. Lil Pop, wipe them down. Came with the proof, better watch it now. Lil Pop, wipe them down. If it ain't fast, don't come around. Lil Pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Lil Pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Pop, baby. She a Louisiana, my truth on black. Lil Pop, wipe them down. Receipts so strong, but the lies won't let. Lil Pop, wipe them down. When she step in the spot, all eyes on her. Lil Pop, wipe them down. Expose real quick, make the face to turn. Lil Pop, baby. Who got the truth? Lil Pop. Who bring the proof? Lil Pop. Hands to the left, hands to the right, wipe them down. Club lit up all night, wipe them down. Who got me? She OB, Lil Pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Lil Pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Pop, baby. Truth don't mean you gon' stand on that. Lil Pop, wipe them down. Blocking the trolls, never looking back. Lil Pop, wipe them down. Whole crowd move when the name get loud. Lil Pop, wipe them down. She the voice of the people and she shut them down. Lil Pop, baby. Truth too strong, wipe them down. Pop, pop. Crowds sing along, wipe them down. Pop, pop. From the booth, she a beast, wipe them down. Pop, pop. It's Lil Pop, baby. Shut it down, baby. Y'all know what time it is. The truth teller in the spot. Always bring the facts. Yeah, she make the fake stop. Stop clearing out the noise. Never let the lie rock. Nope. Say it with me loud. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Pop, baby. Receipts on deck, she gon' air that out. Lil Pop, wipe them down. If it's cap in the chat, she gon' call that out. Lil Pop, wipe them down. Came with the proof, better watch it now. Lil Pop, wipe them down. If it ain't fast, don't come around. Lil Pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Lil Pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Pop, baby. She a Louisiana, my truth on black. Lil Pop, wipe them down. Receipts so strong, but the lies won't let. Lil Pop, wipe them down. When she step in the spot, all eyes on her. Lil Pop, wipe them down. Expose real quick, make the face to turn. Lil Pop, baby. Who got the truth? Lil Pop. Who bring the proof? Lil Pop. Hands to the left, hands to the right, wipe them down. Club lit up all night, wipe them down. Who got me? She OB, Lil Pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Lil Pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Pop, baby. Truth don't mean you gon' stand on that. Lil Pop, wipe them down. Blocking the trolls, never looking back. Lil Pop, wipe them down. Whole crowd move when the name get loud. Lil Pop, wipe them down. She the voice of the people and she shut them down. Lil Pop, baby. Truth too strong, wipe them down. Pop, pop. Crowds sing along, wipe them down. Pop, pop. From the booth, she a beast, wipe them down. Pop, pop. It's Lil Pop, baby. Shut it down, baby. Y'all know what time it is. The truth teller in the spot. Always bring the facts. Yeah, she make the fake stop. Stop clearing out the noise. Never let the lie rock. Nope. Say it with me loud. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Pop, baby. Receipts on deck, she gon' air that out. Lil Pop, wipe them down. If it's cap in the chat, she gon' call that out. Lil Pop, wipe them down. Came with the proof, better watch it now. Lil Pop, wipe them down. If it ain't fast, don't come around. Lil Pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Lil Pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Pop, baby. She a Louisiana, my truth on black. Lil Pop, wipe them down. Receipts so strong, but the lies won't let. Lil Pop, wipe them down. When she step in the spot, all eyes on her. Lil Pop, wipe them down. Expose real quick, make the face to turn. Lil Pop, baby. Who got the truth? Lil Pop. Who bring the proof? Lil Pop. Hands to the left, hands to the right, wipe them down. Club lit up all night, wipe wipe them down. Blocking the trolls, never looking back. Wipe them down. Whole crowd move when the name get loud. Wipe them down. She the voice of the people and she shut them down. Baby. Shoot too strong, wipe them down. Crowds sing along, wipe them down. From the booth, she a beast, wipe them down. It's Lou Park, baby. Shut it down, baby.
Hey y'all, we are back, baby. We back in the foe, back in the foe, because yes, this is our second live segment of the day. Y'all know I told y'all I'm trying to bust through that algorithm. Okay, so listen, y'all gonna be seeing a whole lot of pop with these live streams and these stories, y'all. This story in particular that we finna get into is catching a lot of attention, y'all. It's going viral, okay? Because of the dynamics surrounding the whole storyline. It's real interesting, but we ain't gonna jump too much into conclusions because the police still investigating, and that's one thing I want to try to stay away from, y'all, is getting emotionally invested into storylines and jumping too far into conclusions to where we don't even know the outcome yet. So we ain't gonna do too much today. We're gonna try to focus on the details that are actually out there before we start, putting our opinions too prematurely onto something and we don't know all the facts yet. Okay, we're gonna keep it on the facts as much as we can. We still human at the end of the day, right? But we're gonna try to keep it on the facts as much as we can, y'all. Your sound doesn't sound right. It don't. Okay. Thank you for saying that. I told y'all to let me know that way I could try to fix it before we get too far. All right, let me see something real quick. All right, let's see. Is that better? Let me know if that's better, y'all. Let me mess with my mic a little bit. Is that better, y'all? Somebody in the chat, a few people in the chat, let me know if the sound is better. Do y'all still hear noise? Is the service still nervous? Y'all, I know y'all can hear me good, but do y'all hear like background noise? Is it giving y'all some background noise? Are we good? Are we good in the hood? Scorpio said it still sound the same. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Let me see. Is that better? Let me put my headphones on and see what happens. Hold on, y'all. Because I don't want y'all to have a messed up show now. We want the show to be, oh, I hear it. Hold on, let's see. Is that better, y'all? It was coming from my mic. That's what it was. Wait, let me see. Let me get away from the mic a little bit. Hold on. I hear it. When I put my earphones on, I hear it. That's my microphone. I don't know why it's doing it. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Come on now. Is that better, y'all? Kind of the same. Every time you talk, it's a buzz. Like, let me see. Okay. I don't know what's. I might have to give me a new mic. Okay, I can hear it, but I hear it. It's like every time I talk, it's some static going on from my mic. Where's my? Let's see. All right, let me see. Is that better, y'all? Let me know if that's better. You have no background noise, just muffled. We hear you. Let me know if that's better. Pull away from the mic. I did. I also lowered it down on my monitor, on my mixer. Can y'all hear me now? Is that better? Or is it still a lot of static? Still a lot of sound. It's just ignore it, Lupac. We still hear you. I'll drown it out. Y'all hear me good? I don't hear any background noise. Pull away. Okay. All right, y'all. I might need to give me a new mic because that's what it is actually. Because I noticed it just now when I put my headphones on. Every time I talk into the mic, I can hear the static, and I tried to fix it with my different sound buttons, but it's not. It's not letting me fix it. All right. So let me go to the top and see who we got in this live, so we can get it crack a lag. Hey, Love Spice. Hey, Sweet Queen. Shout out to you and all my minds that's in the building holding it down. My bro Terry coming through with the copyright and fair use. We definitely needed copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as a criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Then we have fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay? Hold on, y'all, because I want to hear. Hold on. All right. My bad, y'all. I wanted to hear it for myself through my actual live, so I went on YouTube to hear it to see how bad it was. Hey, Renita. Hey, Keisha, you back, girl. Lisa McGeety. We got Miss Becca. We got Scorpio Steves, Mr. Reese, Miss Michelle, Miss Stephanie, Latay back in the building, Snooky, Miss Mercedes, Cat in the building, Love Spice. We got Miss Nina, K Brown, K Monet, Miss Janice. We got Miss Dee Dee, Miss Andrea. Okay, we got some new, not new people, but a little different crowd from the first live. We got Miss Cynthia, Miss Jackie. We got, hold on, let me see. Am in the building. Shout out to you, my love. We got Sata NYC in the building. We got Lametria, period. Miss V Martin. We got Lou in the building. Miss Renee. All right. I love that. Hey, Miss Donna. Hey, Taisha. You back, girl. The real Nene. Who else? Did I miss anybody? It's fine. Okay. Thank y'all. And thank you, Nene, for being a member for 17 months. All right. Let me get to the bottom of this chat. A collective hate to everybody that's coming in. Let me take these earphones off till we start playing that audio. If you would like to donate to me monetarily, you can cash at me $Lupac2. You can also buy me a coffee. Shout out to my coffee people. You can also support the platform by getting a super chat or a super sticker. Y'all know I always set a little goal of 15. It ain't much, it ain't mandatory, but it's greatly, greatly appreciated because it helps with the revenue of this particular live stream, y'all. Okay? So don't hesitate to support the goal if you can. Please hit that like button. Please watch those ads. Please hype your girl up. All of that helps with the support of this platform. Everything collectively helps, y'all. For real, no cap in my rap, baby. And you could get a membership. Join the green team. We gonna change. We gonna try to switch it to the black team. But yeah, YouTube making us be with everybody for right now. But later on, we gonna switch it up, baby. Period. I don't care what YouTube say, because we different over here. But anyways, y'all. So this story in particular that we are covering tonight, it's a guy by the name of Tyrone Davis Jr., black guy, and he was out on Christmas with, I don't know if it's his girlfriend or his wife. Some people saying wife, some people saying girlfriend. I think I heard the aunt saying that she wasn't a wife, she was just his girlfriend. But he did. I watched a couple of his videos and he did refer to her as his wife. So that's probably why people saying that's his wife, child. But anyways, y'all, they ended up taking a cabin trip on for Christmas or whatever, and a situation happened. Hold up, let me see. I pulled up something to kind of give a backstory. Let me pull it up right quick. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me see. Where did I put it? Okay, so it says Tyrone Davis, known as Stepdaddy Dro, is the suspect. I think not suspect, subject. My bad, y'all. Ooh, scratch that. Subject of an ongoing police investigation following a violent incident where he DIED'd from blunt force trauma allegedly after an altercation with his girlfriend involving a bottle being pushed involving a bottle and being pushed from a moving vehicle after a Christmas trip. Authorities haven't confirmed full details, but the case is still active, with families seeking answers and online posts circulating about the tragic event, right? Details of the incident, it says victim Tyrone Davis, known online as Stepdaddy Dro That Ninja, or at Stepdaddy Dro. Circumstances shortly after returning from a Christmas cabin trip, Davis was involved in I read that part already, with his girlfriend, or say girlfriend, Lulu. Injuries. He suffered blunt force trauma from being struck in the head with a bottle and was allegedly pushed from a moving vehicle. Investigation status, it says the case is under active investigation by law enforcement, who have not yet released official statements on arrest or confirmed the exact sequence of events. That's why nobody has been arrested yet. Shout out to Glam Goddess for being a member for 7 months. I love that. Shout out to my green team, and a collective hate to everybody that's coming in. You say I'm here studying while I'm listening. My big test is coming up next month. Okay, good luck, Miss my Toya. So y'all, and you know what's crazy? This is why I was saying in my other live how looks can definitely be deceiving, right? Because if you go on his Instagram or her Instagram, it looks like he caters, like treat her like a queen, baby, princess treatment through and through. Like he just worships the ground she walks on. That's what I took from the videos, right? That's what I took from all of their videos. You know, everything was Lulu, everything was for wifey for lifey. You see videos of him making lunch for her for work. You see videos of him like really going all out doing things that the average man wouldn't think to do for his woman, right? But then you have this unfortunate event where it's like we see the videos of the Christmas trip. You know, he set like a whole little day of day of games and things and food and all of that to do for Christmas while they was at the cabin. To next thing you know, this man is gone. Like that's what's so crazy about the situation. And I get why the family is like distraught and wondering and wanting answers, because how did that go from that to this, right? So hold on, y'all. Let me see something real quick. I wanted to read another hold up. Where is it at? I thought I pulled it. No, that's not it. Okay, so I can't find it. I had screenshot something I wanted to read to y'all about this situation. But what I'll do is I'm gonna pull up the auntie, because the auntie did go live. His auntie went live speaking out about the situation, and then we'll go from there. I'll react based off of her video, because and here's the thing too, y'all. Thank you, Scorpio. I love you more, my girl. You know we family. We ain't friends. We family, y'all. Period. Okay. Um, what was I gonna say? Child, Scorpio, you made me forget what I was gonna say, girl. Uh, damn, it's gonna come back to me. Let me pull up the auntie page. Hold up, y'all. Let me go on my Facebook and pull up her page so we can get into it. I know I searched her. Here you go. Why they let me? I might have to. Okay, I know what I got. Hold on, y'all. Retype it. Sometimes it'll show when I search it on my phone. When I do it on my computer, Tasha Davis. All right, come on. Oh, I put it in the wrong one, child. That's why I ain't finding it. Hold up, y'all. I'm coming. Let me pull up the auntie. It's so hard for me to type when I got nails on. All right. Here we go. We just found her. All right. I'm going to pull it up on the screen so y'all can see. All right. So what I wanted to say, I remember what I wanted to say, y'all. When you dealing with these type of situations, kind of like what I was saying in the beginning of the live, I try not to. Well, the goal is to not get too emotionally invested, because when you get too emotionally invested in these type of stories, I feel like you can't blog clearly and unbiasedly, like fairly. Even though it's human nature for us to side with the deceased or whatever, it's kind of unfair to some of the people who want to actually hear all of the facts, right? Especially with this storyline in particular, because the family is saying a lot of things, and this is no disrespect to the family, y'all. I would never disrespect this family. I don't know this family child, but I want to say this because, and not even just them, families period, when it comes to loved ones. And I could, we all done lost somebody. Or I just lost my dad recently, so we all know that feeling of when you lose somebody. It's like you don't want to hear nothing. Okay, you don't want to hear no type of details. You just want answers. And you are really emotional, and you say a lot of things that I feel like a lot of your judgment is clouded when you are full of your emotions based on the loss you just endured. Okay. So that's why I said I'm not going to, put too much of my opinion on it, because all the details haven't came out yet. We did hear, for the most part, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all didn't heard about this story, because a lot of people been blogging on it. It's viral. The family is saying that she's changed her story multiple times. Now, here's the thing, y'all. When it comes to that, this literally is going to validate what I just said, right? Have we seen or heard that she's changed her story multiple times? No. We're taking the word of the family, okay? That's what the family is saying. So, in all actuality, we don't know that as fact, because we haven't actually, well, I haven't seen anywhere where the girlfriend has actually spoke out. Now, I'm not saying the family is lying. Please don't put words in my mouth. Y'all know I can't stand it. I'm not saying the family is lying. What I'm saying is we haven't seen it as a fact. Like, it hasn't been put out. There is no proof behind her actually changing her story multiple times. Because, and to be honest, I personally think that if that is some truth to it, she would be a suspect. Now, I ain't saying she ain't a suspect, because the police ain't put out no details yet, but we don't know all the facts yet, y'all. That's basically what I'm saying. We don't know all the facts yet, because the story is still very much fresh. But we going to follow it, because I definitely want to follow it and see the outcome of what happens with this story. You never heard this story? Yeah, it's still fairly fresh, because it happened on Christmas. The auntie on her neck, y'all. Ooh, she is on her neck, baby. The aunt not playing. That girl keeps changing her story. Okay, y'all. So let's get into it. Let me go to that live that she did. Make sure y'all hitting the like button. Please hit the like button, y'all, and please support my little goal if y'all can. All right, let me see if I can. Before we go to the actual live, let's see what she been posting. I do know that this is Dro's dad right here. He looked just like his daddy. He looked just like his daddy. Okay, let me go down. Uh, they getting a lot of support from social media, y'all, which is good. That's good. Let me see. A tribute to my dad. Okay, let me go down. This is Dro and his. I don't know if he only had two kids, but I keep seeing people posting him with two kids. So we can only assume that he possibly only had two kids, y'all, a son and a daughter. Oh, they say somebody say his twins. Okay. No, I was thinking that they was his twins, but maybe it's meaning like they look just like him. Okay, let me go down some more. Great dad. Job well done. Every day these kids around us broken and very confused. That is so sad. That is so sad, because, and that's what y'all, to be honest, when it comes to situations like this, not to discredit or downplay, family members, but I immediately, I guess, because I would like to think that I advocate more so for the kids, but I immediately think about the kids, because it's like, ooh, the kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you explain something like this to the kids? That's the hardest part, y'all. And I know firsthand, because when I had to tell my two youngest about my dad passing, y'all, it was so hard for me to get through that. I literally broke down, and Ham just, Ham is my sensitive child. She just like her mama. She wear her emotions on her sleeve. And she just was hugging me. And it was so hard, y'all. So I could only imagine. I could only imagine, telling those kids something like that. Thank you. I'm chosen for being a member for 23 months. Yes, y'all. Definitely hit that like button. You say I'm not getting emotionally invested on black crime about people I don't know personally. Yeah. Not even just black on black. Me personally, as a blogger and a CC, I'm not getting emotionally invested with none of the stories I cover because we seen how that went in the saga, y'all. I don't want to do that. I want to put the facts out so everybody can know the facts. And I don't want nobody to get confused as if I'm picking a side because I'm going basically straight off of facts and legality. I don't, that's the hardest part of it all because a lot of times when you do just blog facts and facts only, people tend to think you're choosing a side, and I don't want it to be that. Like, I want to give y'all all the facts, all the legalities without putting my emotions and my, my giving my opinion based off of my emotions and not the facts, if that makes sense. Okay. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. Pay attention to what the understand. Okay. Let me go back to Facebook. Trying to find that live. Okay, is this it, y'all? I think this. Yeah, it gotta be it because it's viral. Okay, let me see if she had another one. Justice for Joe. This is another one. A lot of shares. But he looks just like his daddy. Oh my god, he is definitely his daddy's twin. I'm trying to see if it wasn't another one. Allegedly, stepdaddy Joe's girlfriend was in contact with the family after their Christmas tragedy. So the unsays update coming soon. This tragedy making our family 10 times stronger. We hurting and the world has shown so much love, and we thank y'all. He is a superstar. That was January 3rd. We're gonna play this one too. Somebody say, how do y'all know it was a bottle? I hope it's not a lot of cursing. Let me see. Hold up, y'all. I'm trying to see if it was another one initially before the one that went viral. Because I know the aunt did 2 videos, if I'm not mistaken. This is the girlfriend right here, y'all. Known as Lulu. That's the girlfriend. Good morning. Okay, let me see. Thank you for this information. Dispatch call to police. Read carefully. Okay, we're gonna go back to that also. Okay, let's see. Girlfriend with the bottle and push my car. My thing is, where are they getting that the girlfriend hit him with the bottle? I never seen no details was actually put out from the police about like how where the head trauma actually came from. Okay, I think this is the first one. Yeah, because this one viral too. All right, y'all. So I think that's the first one, December 26th. Okay, so this is the first one right here. All right, this is the one we're gonna start with. Package and ship with my child in order. Hold up, y'all. Let's see. All right, this is the first one. Let me go back and see what y'all got going on in the comments. Hit the like button, y'all. We got 97 in here. Please hit the like button. They only seen the bottle in the video. I'm not saying the girlfriend did it, but something definitely. Now I can agree to that, Lakeisha. That's why I say I don't want to say the girlfriend, unalive him because we don't have all the details. Now, what we can say is based on what the family is saying, not the police. The family is saying that her story isn't adding up, that she gave conflicting stories and all of that, right? So that's what the family is saying. I can't even say that's fact because we don't have a receipt to back that up. Y'all know Pac like to go off of receipts, baby. And I was watching Meek at Night video earlier that she did on it, and she pretty much said the same thing. She was, that a lot of times whenever these situations happen, You know, the family is moving off emotions, which is true, and they are entitled to that because they lost a loved one. So you got to give them that. But you can't exactly take everything as fact because they are going off of their emotions and they want answers. They want answers. And that's why we have to wait till the police put everything out to actually know the facts of the story. All right, let me go down. It's no cursing. Okay, good, good, good. Let me play. Start playing. Now I ain't gonna play. Well, she only 14 minutes, so we probably couldn't get through the whole thing. All right, this is the first one, y'all.
I'm waiting till a few people get on here. Sorry I'm late, but guess what? I'm waiting till a couple people get on this live.
Let me know if y'all can hear it good.
I'll already tell y'all. First off, it is true with some of the rumors y'all hearing, Facebook live posts, pictures, all of that. My family just got over our loved one G boy leaving here. And I do know it's 2025 ending out. So the death angel be raging. A lot of deaths come, a lot of tragedies, accidents, just people leaving for whatever reason that ain't going to make it over to the new year. But I want to say this first off. I'm on here right now. I decided to go live, even though my family is hurting. We messed all the way up with all uh, the emotions that's going on with us. But I decided that it's only right for me to get on here because Tyrone Davis Jr. drove that nigga, stepdaddy drove. We call him T2. However, y'all know my nephew. So many people got love for my nephew. Not only is he a blogger, he's a YouTuber, he's a motivational speaker, he gonna encourage you, he a counselor, he is that dude. When I tell you he drive trucks for a living, he ain't out here doing wrong. If y'all watch his page, y'all know he take care of his kids. He's a family guy, he's a family young man, and he got street friends. And guess what? He look at everybody, guess what, at the same level because his heart always been good. To the little people, the big people, whatever you think you is, it's been good. So the way I feel.
Let me say this, y'all, because I see y'all in the comments. His page is not gone. His YouTube page is gone. Because I tried to click on that one earlier and that one is gone. Okay. But his Facebook, his YouTube, I mean not YouTube, his Facebook, his Instagram, all of those pages are still there. I literally went to all his pages, his Facebook and his Instagram, because that's why I got a lot of pictures from to do my thumbnail. And I was just looking through it and watching some of his videos to try to see, the type of things that he posted. So those are still there. But the YouTube page is the page that's gone. Okay? Let me just say that. Now, another thing I will say is, well, I can't even say this as fact, so I ain't gonna say that. But I will say, he had control of his YouTube, and so did his girlfriend. The YouTube was a joint page from my knowledge, because if you go on their Instagram pages, they both have that YouTube link in their bio, right? So, yeah, I'm going to say that. I ain't going to put no allegations or assumptions or speculation on that, but I will say both of them had control over that YouTube page, and that YouTube page is now gone. I will say that. But the other pages are still there because I just went on his other pages. So I wanted to correct that. Hey, Miss Johnson. Let me see. Personal belongings as well. Now that's another thing that the family said. I heard that in the clip earlier, y'all. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it once she gonna put all of that out there. That's why I say I can't go off of that as fact because there are no receipts to back that up, y'all. Like they saying that that's going on, but we don't have no receipts to back that up. And I'm not saying that the family is lying because it could very well be true. That she cleared the bank account, she took his clothes and all of that. That could very well be true. I'm not negating it, but what I'm saying is we don't know that as a fact because there are no receipts out there to show it, right? And y'all know I try to go off receipts and receipts only. Because that's how you can get sued.
Y'all gotta right to know about y'all family, because guess what? He is family to a lot of y'all out there. So for anybody in their right mind to say, why is they asking what happened, they got to need to go and examine themselves, because you don't even know his accomplishment and his legacy and on who he is. He like a superstar in our eyes. And guess what? For the main reason, they need to know what happened to T2.
Facts. Everything is
just like we need to know what happened with T2. If y'all been on this page, you see he celebrated because he got a loving heart and he loved Lulu. What it do till the grounds come home and the cows come home. And one thing I can say, he enjoyed her. He had celebrated with a good heart, gifts and loving and just doing things out the ordinary, unusual things to make her happy. Now I'm gonna tell y'all this. For one, he was in that cabin all week till Saturday. So this is what we got. We only can tell you what we got. Y'all need to know.
And y'all, that's what makes this story so interesting. Y'all know, for the ones in the back that's like, oh, just shut up and play the video. We can't do that. As content creators, we have to give commentary, reaction, or we can literally get struck for, letting the video play completely through. It's, reuse of content, basically. But that's what makes this story so interesting. Because you see one thing on the social media pages, like I told y'all, if you look at his page, her page, is like he treated her like a princess treatment through and through, baby. Like he worshiped the ground she walked on. They would go on dates and he would literally have on airbrush clothes with her pictures on it. Okay? Like that's what I seen all up and down his pages, and it was on her page as well. But if you let him talk, she did. Let me say this because I want to be fair. According to his videos, like when I seen a video where he was making her lunch for work, he said that he treats her good because she treats him good. So it was a vice versa type of thing, according to him, right? But it's like, how do you get that? And then how you go from that to this? So I could understand why the family is outraged, because they seeing that he worshiped the ground she walked on, and then you get this situation where it was a domestic situation. Because based on what the aunt said I think it was the other video, she said that according to people that was in a cabin, one of the other cabins, they said that they heard a lot of arguing, right? So that screams domestic situation, allegedly. Let's say allegedly. Sometimes things get a little different when them cameras go off. So, yeah, we're going to see, though. It's going to come out. All the details going to definitely come out.
Y'all need to let us know what y'all think. Okay, he was in a cabin on Saturday about 4, 5 o'clock that afternoon. The Lulu chick said that, guess what? She was riding in the car with him. They got into a disagreement, and he told her to let him out. Now, one, don't get me wrong. I know she probably loved my nephew. I do know my nephew really loved her unconditionally. But let me tell y'all out here, whether she loved him, he loved her. It's a thin line between love and hate. It's a real thin line. So for one, if he told you to let him out the car and your message was
what the hell? I don't know why it stopped, y'all. I don't know why it stopped. I'm a mess with it. But when she said it's a thin line between love and hate, baby, that is a fact. And I'm a firm believer that the more you love somebody, the harder you'll hate them. Okay? So, yeah, the auntie is spitting some gems, baby. I don't know why it stopped, though, y'all. Hold on, let me see. Let's try to fix it. I know it didn't. I hope she didn't take it down. Hold on, y'all. Let's see what's going on. I hope she didn't take it down. Dang it. December 30th. Why is it not playing? I'm unable to play. Gotta be. I hope it's not mine. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to try to get it back. I don't know why, but for some reason, the Wi-Fi in our area, it's because the weather been crazy, but it's been going. But they got to fix that, because I paid for top of the line Wi-Fi internet just for my blogging. So they're going to have to get that together or start giving us some credits on our bills, because no, we ain't finna be doing this. All right, let's get back to it. Hold on. What was we? 3. Hold on, y'all. I think it was at 3:18. Okay, now let me share it. All right, let's see. Share it back. She got everything to do with this. Nobody was with him, but her. She's going to jail. We shall see, Glam Goddess. We shall see, girl. They just stopped pre-live. It's something with YouTube. Oh, y'all think it's something with YouTube? I think it's something with my internet too, though. Probably YouTube. YouTube always got issues, but I think it's something. Well, no, it could just be YouTube because my son's still in there playing his game. He would have, trust me, he would have hollered. If he had an internet issue, baby, he was hollering. Okay.
All right. Y'all need to know. Y'all need to let us know what y'all think.
Damn, it's not
okay. He was
like
in the cabin on Saturday about 4, 5 o'clock that afternoon.
Y'all want me to get it bigger? Do y'all want me to get it bigger like I had it before, or this is okay? Let me know in the comments if y'all want it to be bigger like how I first had it, or if it's okay like this. Somebody let me know before I start playing it again. Auntie not playing at all. Do y'all want it to be bigger again, or do y'all want, or this is fine? Let me know, y'all. That's good. Hey, Asata. I'm good either way. Okay, that's 2 people. All right, we'll play it like this.
The Lulu chick said that guess what? She was riding in the car with him. They got into a disagreement, and he told her to let him out. Now, one, don't get me wrong. I know she probably loved my nephew. I do know my nephew really loved her unconditionally. But let me tell y'all out here, whether she loved him, he loved her. It's a thin line between love and hate. It's a real thin line. So for one, if he told you to let him out the car and your message was you.
What the hell? Y'all, that is not me. Okay.
The car, and you pulled off and left my nephew and got.
What is going on? Y'all, it might be a YouTube thing. It gotta be, because if it was my internet, I wouldn't be able to be on StreamYard right now. Like, I wouldn't even be able to still be talking. So it gotta be a YouTube or StreamYard issue, and it's not allowing us to play the video. Because somebody said that Krisha having that issue too. So I don't know what the hell. Come on now, YouTube. Let me see, y'all. Damn, and I wanted to play the auntie video. This is not good. Let me see if I can try to fix it again. They gotta get it together, baby. See, let's go back. Post. They got to get it together, because this is not good for us creators. Okay. Let me go back down. We need to hear Auntie, baby. Auntie giving us the details. We need to hear her. Hold on, y'all. I'm coming. I'm trying to get back to it. Baby, Auntie was smoking. Auntie was smoking. I don't know if she was what she was smoking, baby, but Auntie was hitting stuff. I seen it when she, when they live and they dip off to the side and then they come back and their lips kind of like, listen. She had to pull something real quick. All right, let me go back to it. All right, let me see.
Accomplishment of his legacy. You thought he was gonna walk up to that gas station where you was waiting on him at for 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, you see ambulance, you see police, you see ambulance, you see police, and you know something ain't right. So you get in your car and get back there to the scene with my nephew getting in on a stretcher, getting in the back of an ambulance. You throw him out and left him for dead. And if you didn't, that's how we feel. And if we wrong, Lord, forgive us, but reveal the truth. Not only that, your story changed, because guess what? You called the Mama Renee. And when you called the Mama Renee, you gonna tell Renee, oh, he fell at the gas station and bumped his head.
Oh,
How
wow.
he fell at the gas station and bumped his head when you claimed to put him out of car. Okay, now the story changed again. This on Sunday morning. Renee drive up to Gainesville. The Davis family don't even know my nephew in the hospital. I gotta call it like it is. My Davis family don't even know that she got the call and call it like it is. Granny, Renee, I got love for you. You done lost 2 sons, and it's your last living son that just got his life taken. But she called you. You said you wasn't gonna call us because you wanted to get up there and see what happened once you got there. So you called my Charlotte and gave us the first story. The girlfriend told you he fell and bumped his head. That's what you said. So when Charlotte got the call, she calling us in the Davis family to say, we got to take a drive and see what went on with my nephew. Guess what? I wasn't there. Y'all wasn't there. Lulu was there. And at the end of the day, nobody knows but God. And it's going to come forward.
Yep.
Not only that, the next story change. Again, come on, Natalie. Come join with me. Take that jacket off. Come join me. Not only that, the Davis family got there. They said he brain dead, trauma to the skull, the back of the skull, his blunt force trauma to his head. Something had to happen. It didn't happen falling out no car. It did not happen falling down no stairs. It did not happen the way they kind of make these different stories. I ain't gonna say they is Lou. So not only that, you let him out, and at the end of the day, pulled off. You left him for dead. Why would you leave him? How did he end up at the hospital? And let me grant it, y'all. They found my nephew's body under a bridge on Archer Road, on the side of the road. They found my nephew under a bridge.
Let me say this, y'all. Ooh, baby, she giving me chills. Let me say this, because if what the auntie is saying is true, we're going to say allegedly, right? What she's saying is true, bruh, that girl going to be in some trouble. If she really called around, now you see where they messed up at is they didn't record her. But you know, when you grieving and somebody calling, you not thinking to record. These are older people, right? So they not thinking, they ain't like people on YouTube that record everybody's conversations. Okay. A little shade. They not like that, baby. Okay, these are older people, they're seasoned, you know, they grieving right now. They not thinking to record the phone conversations. But what I will say is, in these type of situations, the truth always comes out. And if she is allegedly calling around to the family members and giving conflicting stories, that means that guilt is going to eat away at her if she was some kind of way involved in the unaliving of her boyfriend. It's going to come out. Trust the plus, baby. The truth will prevail in this situation if what she's saying is true. Okay? It's going to prevail, y'all. Y'all got to know the truth. The true details are gonna come out. But the reason why, if the girlfriend was involved, right? The reason why, for the ones that's wondering why she's not in jail, or, well, we can't say considered a suspect because we don't know what the cops is doing right now. The cops don't typically bring everything to social media like social media. Bring everything to social media, okay? So if she is a suspect, they just dotting their I's and crossing their T's. They have to make sure. They have to. It's all about what is the word? Hold on, y'all. It's gonna come to me. It's all about the proof and the evidence, right? I wanted to say something else, but the burden of proof lies on the police, right? So they have to make sure that they have things that put her as a suspect before they can, even with, and it's the crazy part, y'all, even with what the auntie is saying. Now, mind you, the family is saying that she called multiple family members, giving multiple stories, right? So that sounds like she might be being deceptive. That sounds like the Lou girl might be being deceptive when you listen to what the family is saying. But here's where it gets interesting. If she is all about the statement that she gives the police. Now, if she was giving the police conflicting statements, then they can say, hey, something ain't right. Because why is she giving different statements, right? Then they can, proceed off of that. But if she's doing it with the family and there's no proof behind it, then it's kind of like one of those situations where we can't use word of mouth. It has to be proof. The burden of proof lies with the police. So they're going to have to really, really, really do their due diligence, do their big one to, solve this case. To solve this case, because this happened on Christmas, y'all. Today is Today is January 5th. Today's January 5th. So it done been, let's see, 5, 6, it done been 11 days since Christmas, right? So I think 11 days. What today is the 5th? Yeah, it done been 11 days since Christmas. So, which is still kind of fairly fresh with this situation. But typically in these type of situations, they'll be done had a suspect or, then gave an update or something like that. So I'm thinking that they pretty much don't have too much to go off of. So we're going to see. This is an interesting one. Thank you, Taya, my love. I think that's my first. No, that's not my first. That's my second one. Thank you for supporting my goal. I appreciate you. Y'all hit the like button for Pac. We got 125 in the building. Please hit the like button, y'all. And please, please, please support your girl's goal. Okay? Support my little goal if y'all can. I saw on a blogger's live today, one the people speaking on the live from same town said they are a close-knit family. You can tell they are. I don't think they have bird. Oh no, I don't think so either. Because the auntie said something about getting the shirt sent out, the shirts with his pictures on it and stuff like that. All right, let's play some more, y'all. Then we're going to get to the other live.
And say a car pulled up and he stepped out of the car and staggered and fell to the ground. How in the hell that you left my nephew and then found him under a bridge when ain't nobody under the bridge, Lord God? You guilty for that alone. It's not coincidence. Let me tell you something. If it walked like a duck, it talked like a duck. Call Affleck. It's a goddamn duck. My cousin G-Boy said if a duck could pull a trunk, hook him up. Some foul play done happened to my nephew. We mourning. We grieving. We angry. He love on everybody. We love all people. You don't do people like that. And then for the ones say, what happened to him? Y'all need to know what happened to him. Some of y'all more family than his own goddamn family. We all are going through our own emotion. I'm finna get out of this phone because I'm getting emotional and I'm under a roller coaster. But I want y'all to know his whole skull was fractured. Fractured to the front, fractured to the back. So if you hit him in the back of the head, whatever rumor, whatever lifetime mystery, puzzle, whether it was an accident, then you say he stumbled out the car. Then you say he jumped out of the car. You was going 25 miles. Then you say he tripped on the feet as he was getting out. Accidents happen. But quit lying, Lulu. Tell us what happened to my nephew. If y'all was arguing and it started at the cabin, like you say, and however he ended up on the bridge, we need to freaking know. We need to know what's going on. It's not right. It's not right. We got a right to be angry. My brother Tyrone Davis got a right to be pissed off and angry by his goddamn son. This is a senseless death. Yeah, God know he was going to check out. But guess what? At the end of the day, decisions had to be made. He loved you, girl. And at the end of the day, if you're taking a side and you're blaming, you just as guilty as can be. You just as guilty as her. Because if you can't see it, Ray Charles can see it. If you ain't got nothing to conscience, tell the truth. What happened? God gonna reveal the truth. Them detectives gonna reveal the truth. My family don't even wish no hate on you for death, but I'm gonna tell you, your ass gonna pay for what happened to my nephew. And whatever the truth is, it is gonna come out. It don't make no sense. Now let's tell them what they told y'all. Woo! Woo! Sister, you got it out. You got it out.
It's different stories that have been told, man. We don't want to hear we don't want the phone call. She might talk after, but I don't want to do it right now. The story ain't adding up, and we just want the story to add up. We need 2 + 2 to equal 4.
Rightfully so.
I can't say what happened. I wasn't there. My family can't say what happened because we were not there. But what I am gonna say is he was left on the side of the road in the city that he ain't from, with no phone, no ID, no gun, no nothing. I was told that he was let out of. I was told that the car was brought to a complete stop and he was let out. Then I was told the car may have been going 25 miles an hour when he was let out. 25 miles an hour. You can't do 25 in the school zone, but you stopped and let him out at 25 miles an hour. The math ain't mathing. I just say 2 + 2 need to equal 4. Whatever happened, even if you didn't do something to him, you're responsible because we left him in your hands. You was with him. He loved you with everything in him. So to leave him in a city that he ain't from, on the side of a road, for him to be found and taken to the hospital under John Doe, because you weren't there.
Now that I agree with wholeheartedly. Okay. Now that I will definitely give my opinion on. If that's allegedly true, y'all, the fact that, oh my God, I just that part is crazy to me. That's the part that's making me wonder, like, what the hell? Like, if that's your man, especially the way he praised her on social media. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I want to be fair. We don't know what happened behind the scenes with them, because this apparently was a domestic situation. But to leave him, even if you mad, like it's no way in hell I'm leaving my partner on the side of the road in an unknown town, and we out of town for for Christmas or whatever. I'm not doing it, especially if they drunk, inebriated, whatever you want to call it. I'm not doing that, because anything could happen. Prime example. They don't know all the details yet, and they have a right to know what happened to their loved one. And that's the craziest part of it all. The fact that they saying he was, at the hospital as a John Doe. That is crazy. Like, where was you at, girl? Child, let me not say too much. Because, oh Lord.
They caught him in the hospital under John Doe. We saw the hospital records. They say a couple on the side of the road stopped, and the wife happened to be a nurse. Thank God for those people, because they tried to save my cousin. They gave my cousin CPR, and they tried to save my cousin, but you weren't there. At the end of the day, no matter what happened, you should have been there. Whether you did it, whether you didn't do it, whether it was an accident, whether it was on purpose, you should have been there. You should have been able to give us an accurate account of what happened, and you can't. The only people we knew in Jacksonville was you and him. And you couldn't give us in Gainesville, and you couldn't give us account of what happened. So right now we going for what we know. You saying everybody wrong for judging, everybody wrong for feeling some type of way. If something happened.
Okay, now YouTube. Come on now. 11:08. Yo, I don't know why YouTube is doing this. Let me see. Hold on. Because this one was almost over. Let's see if we can get it back. That's not me, y'all. For the ones in the back, it's not me. It's YouTube. Let's see. Oh, shoot. Ow. Okay, let me go back to it. Well, did she just post this? Yep. These are not Davis family shirts. Child, y'all, they got people that done made shirt prints trying to sell shirts in the name of this family. Bro, what is wrong? Social media is hell, bro. You can't do nothing without people on social media trying to scam some damn money. Even when somebody passed away, you would think people would have some type of coup, some type of decency. Oh my God. Sometimes I cannot stand social media, bro. They be taking stuff too far with them fake GoFundMes. Like they trying to make shirts with the dude face on it and sell it like they're a family member. That is crazy. The auntie just posted that. All right, hold on, y'all. I'm almost to it. I'm almost to it. Here we go. Let's get back to it. 11. I was at 11. 11. I think I said 11:20. All right, let's pause it. Let me bring y'all back in. Screen share.
Call his daddy. You didn't call his grandma. You didn't call his auntie. Bitch, you sat at the hospital for 24 motherfucking hours with them people not talking to you. You told me out your mouth them people wouldn't tell you nothing. So you sat there for an hour, for a day, and ain't let them people tell you nothing. And ain't called nobody who could have got the answers that were needed.
That's crazy.
You sat there for 24 hours. This happened on Saturday. On Sunday, the hospital called his mama, not you, the hospital.
I'm gonna give it back to you, and let me back it up, y'all. Even in the midst of Renee going up there, and they make it to the hospital. This on Sunday now. The accident or whatever happened on Saturday at 5 o'clock. So now Renee find out Sunday morning she go to Gainesville. Marshala got the call, tell the family they went in 6 carloads deep to Gainesville. Even in Gainesville at the hospital, she said she had to leave to go back to the cabin to get their belongings. So she left the hospital with the mama there so Davis could get up there and went back to the cabin to apparently get their stuff. My sister called the cabin man who rented it out. And what he said was he heard about an incident that happened in the cabin. Come on out here, I'll tell you about it. I don't want to talk on the phone, and I'll talk to the police too. They went and did their own investigations at the cabin. And the man said he got a call from one of the other neighbors at the cabin because there's no video about an argument they heard and got so heated. And they said the young lady seemed to be the aggressor. They walked around to the cabin to see what was going on. And they only found by the time they got there, it calmed down. They never saw Dro in sight. They never saw T2 in sight, but they saw her with that boot on her leg because you got a broke ankle. That boot on your leg, dragging them belongings from the cabin to the car. From the cabin to the car. My love you, nephew love you so much, you don't even drive, Lulu. You don't even drive. He said, get on the back seat. I pick you up. I told you, you don't drive. You get on the back seat and lay down so your ankle that was broken can stay healed. That's how he take you, carry you like a princess. Okay. The man told my sister, she never came back to this cabin. I rented it out on Saturday. The moment they left, somebody else checked in. She never came back and got their belongings because she already had their belongings. Let me tell you, it ain't making no sense. My nephew's skull was fractured so bad. They say the trauma that hit him, that blunt force, broke his skull and caused pieces to go to the front of his temple on both sides. On both sides. Sound like a Hennessy bottle to me, or it sound like something with trauma force that can do your head like that in the back of your head, his back and his head. So let me tell you something. I don't know, and I don't care who don't like my live.
Let me say this, y'all, because it could, that definitely sounds like something, an object hit him in the back of the head. But it could also be, okay, which we don't know this, but it was said that he was, I don't know if he was pushed out of a moving car or if he got out of a moving car, because the other lady that just talked said something about him getting out when the car was going like 25 miles per hour. So being put, whether he was, inebriated, if he was drunk under the influence or whatever, and whether he was pushed out of the moving car, if he hit his head on that ground while the car was moving, that could also cause blunt force trauma to the head. Okay. So as many different things that could have happened to him. It's also a scenario where he could, now let's say hypothetically, the girlfriend is innocent and somebody tried to rob him or something like that. If he was because they saying he was under the influence, he was with his woman, they was having a good time, right? Let's say somebody came up behind him while he was on the side of the road and popped him to rob him because he's very flashy. I don't know if y'all noticed, but he's one of those guys that's very flashy. He likes to flex, right? And they hit him behind his head while he was under the bridge, and the girlfriend is just telling different stories because she don't want to seem like an innocent party because she was the last known person seen with him. Emphasis on last known. Just because you're the last known don't mean that you're the last person that was with you. Okay? So it's very much possible. I'm just giving out different scenarios, y'all, because you have to leave room for these scenarios because the police will also. The police are going to literally mark off every scenario that they can to get down to the bottom of it, right? So you never know. The girlfriend, it seems like if what the auntie is saying is true, it gives very much guilty, right? But it could also be one of those situations where she found out he was he passed away after the fact too, and now she's trying to clear her tracks because she don't want people to blame her. It could also be one of those, and that's not me defending her. I do not know these people, child. Okay, I don't know these people, but I'm just saying that's how it could be looked at, and a lot of people are looking at it from different scenarios. Because I was reading the comments, they saying the same thing, basically saying, it's very much possible. But this is why I hope they got police cams and all of that from that area, or hopefully they even had some. Hopefully they had some, because I'll never want to see somebody go out like this, especially when they got kids. Like this is a sad. This whole story is sad. It's very sad, y'all. Why did she transfer money from a joint account? I don't know. See, say we don't know. You know, they saying that, but we don't have no receipt to actually know if that's a fact, right? We can only go off of what they saying, but we don't have to take it as a fact because if there's no receipt to prove that, and I'm not saying they lying, but me trying to cover this story unbiasedly, I would prefer to see the receipts to back that up, y'all. I need to see the receipts to back that up because I can't say that. Let's say I'm relying on that on the family's word of mouth, and that girl come out and start wanting to sue people because of it, and they don't have no proof to back that up, or it's not actually true. And I'm not saying it is, it is or it ain't, but I'm just giving that scenario because as a blogger, we have to be real careful of what we put out when it comes to people's character, y'all. So that's why I said I ain't saying the family is lying about that because I don't know these people. I don't know if they know what they spoke about and they know what they seen, but we don't know. We don't know none of these people. So that's why I said I don't know. I would have to actually see a document to prove that that money was transferred for me to speak it as fact. That's it, y'all. That's it. That's why I said it like that. Why touch his money? Let me see. Lupac, his girlfriend did this mess. If she didn't, she would be with the family trying to get justice. And why take? Ooh, we gotta wait and see, y'all. We gotta wait and see. Now, Aisha, let me say this: what if? Because this story is still fairly fresh. What if it come out that she didn't do it? What if it come out that they actually have camera footage showing somebody did that to him on the side of the road and it wasn't her? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, we got to be careful, y'all. A lot of times we go off our emotions because I was catching chills listening to the auntie, rightfully so, because we all done been there. We all done, well, I ain't gonna say we all had situations where we lost a family member like that, but we all done lost family members and we didn't care what nobody said. We wanted somebody to blame, right? So that's the crazy part. Like I'm gonna definitely follow this, y'all, so we can see the outcome because I really want to know what actually happened with this story. All right, let's play a little bit more. And we got one more.
Who got something to say about Tasha, why you did that? Because I needed to do that. At the end of the day, nobody ain't in her shoes. We getting attacked back to back. Yes, it is God will. Yes, it's already written. God know how he was going to check out before he left here.
Wonder why
but guess what?
Getting
somebody need to be held accountable for your actions. At the end.
Y'all, I wonder, okay, that's the end of that one, y'all. I'm gonna play the other one, but I wonder why she said yes. We getting attacked back to back. Why is the family getting attacked? I never seen that. But I'm not saying she's not telling the truth, but I never seen that. That's crazy if people are attacking the family. She had the phones popped, so who else would do it? No, Tay, I'm not saying that she didn't do it. I'm saying I didn't see the proof. Okay, so that's all I'm saying. Like, I ain't saying she didn't do it. I'm saying where is the proof to show that she actually did it? I'm trying to move like how law enforcement would move, police, people in the courts. That's how I'm trying to do my blogging, y'all, because it's easy to say somebody did something, but if you don't actually see it for yourself, then how can you prove that as fact? Now, I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying the family is lying. I'm just saying I want to see how this play out. I don't want to be too premature with my opinions and with placing blame, and I don't have all the facts. Hopefully everybody can respect that, y'all, because that's how I want to moving forward with my content. Because, and then not just that, you have to be careful because, like I said, you can get sued being real premature with placing blame and saying certain things that's defaming about people when you don't have all the facts about the story. Now, what I will say is it is definitely given very much deceptive on the girlfriend's side based on what the family is saying. I mean, child, listen, it ain't looking too good if that's the truth, but we don't have all the details yet either. So I understand she ain't gonna show that, and if they are still in that, yeah, and see, you get it, that's all I'm saying, y'all. Like, I'm not saying that she didn't do it. I ain't saying she did do it. I'm just saying I want to see all the facts first before I start saying, oh, that bitch is da-da-da-da-da. She'll be this, she'll be that, and she did it. I don't want to do that. I want to know, I want to know what the police know. Because that's who going to give us all the details, baby. All right, even the family still got questions too. That's the thing, because I heard the aunt say, "We know you loved him and he loved you," and da da da. So they want answers just as much as we want answers. And if you really listen to what the aunt was saying, she's not blaming the girlfriend. She's saying we want to know what happened. Like, we want to know if it was an accident, if it was this, if it was that. We want to know. And she's basically saying it don't look good on your end, but we want to know what exactly happened to our love. And I get her, and I'm on her side when she say that, because they are entitled. They have a right to know what happened to their family member. Because the auntie could have really came out here on that rah-rah, like, it's your fault, you did it, because a lot of people, when they are grieving, they do place blame where they see fit, right? But the auntie didn't even do that. So big ups to her for still keeping her composure while grieving. Because a lot of people, they don't give a F. If they feel like you did it, baby, they at your head. They on your body. All right, let me hold on. Let's see. Hold up, y'all. Let's go to the other one. Man, okay, I read that one. So let's go to this one real quick. Let me share it so y'all can see what I'm looking at. You say I'm not leaving my man in a strange. Me either. That's not going. And I said that too. Tay, on one of my pauses, like, that's real fishy. If she left him where he was by himself and all of that happened, that kind of make me look at it sideways also. Like, why would you, child, listen. Ain't no way in hell. So the auntie posted this, y'all, and she says, "Thank you for this information. Dispatch call to police. Read carefully. Gainesville going hard. Hashtag already. Hashtag but God." So this is a map. It says traffic as discussed during the dispatch call. This was from December 27, 2025 at 2:48 p.m. It says, let's go. Let's click on it. It says three vehicle versus pedestrian near Southwest Archer Road in the area of the underpass. We have law enforcement responding with us. Caller passing by advising a male patient injured after being hit by a sedan. A sedan versus a male patient. Patient on the ground, and the male patient is laying in the middle of the roadway. Caller is blocking him with his vehicle. Law enforcement is responding. So the auntie posted that, but I wonder, is she saying, like, is that their loved one? Like, was that him in this situation where he was hit by a sedan? That's interesting. See, I don't know. I would have been doing 2 MPH with him walking the vehicle. For real, to say, listen, right on the side of him. But at least I know he was good. I don't care, man or not. I'm not leaving, because things happen to men too. Not just women, not just kids. I'm not, especially if they under the influence. That's not going to happen, baby. Not in no foreign area. Somebody say, how did she know? Let's see what these comments talking about, y'all. Before we go to the other video, how did she know what hospital to go for him if she's not from Gainesville? A John Doe at a hospital makes it pretty hard to locate someone that come on now, that you expected to cool off and meet you at the gas station. Let me see. Thought the aunt said Lulu went back when she saw all the emergency responders going that way. I didn't see that. I saw the aunt say dispatch call said he was hit by a sedan and with a description of an Infinity. And that's a coincidence. Lulu has an Infinity. Let's see. The aunt did say that. Go back and watch the video. Very, very sad. Wonder where the girlfriend at, because my family will be giving her the devil. Okay, let me go down some. Hold on, y'all. Somebody said that's not true. There's other factors that's considered if the trauma part goes to HCA or UF Health. So unless she sat at the gas station and watched him be loaded and followed, you don't just figure out it's UF Health, especially not being from the area, is my thoughts. And here's the thing too, y'all. Here's the thing that we got to remember, right? There are cameras at gas stations. So I'm pretty sure the detectives went to that gas station that she said she was at to see the timing, because that's what matters. That's the timing and location. A lot, all of that is going to be considered while they're doing their investigation. So just know, if what she say don't add up to what the officers, the detectives is finding, then that's how you end up being a suspect, baby. Okay, so all of that's going to be considered, y'all. Let me see. There's 3 on Archer Road now. Okay. After reading all the details, I believe he never got out of the car. The blunt force trauma happened at the cabin, put in the car, and thrown out of the car. Remember, the man said he only seen her once the commotion was over. So maybe he was put inside the vehicle. She then drove off with him inside and thrown out the vehicle, because this don't seem right at all. But if you say that too, like, how is it that nobody's seen it? Nobody's seen him being put in the car. I doubt that's how it went. She couldn't put him in the car, especially with a broke ankle. Imagine trying to put somebody that was hit, like, y'all, she would literally have to pick him up, drag him, or anything. And if he was hit behind the head to that magnitude, it had to have been some type of blood. So I don't think that's what happened. I don't think, that lady was able to pick him up, put him in the car, throw him out the vehicle. I wouldn't go that far with, without all the details. I wouldn't go that far. But she did have a thing on her ankle, a broke ankle or something like that. Let me see. What is this? Oh, that's something completely different. Okay, hold on, y'all. She had surgery, but I was thinking that too, because I can't see him letting her drive. I can't see him letting her drive while she has that boot on her foot. This is what I'm thinking too. And if that was the case, maybe someone had to help her put him in the car. This is so heartbreaking. Exactly. I would like that. What you would think somebody would help her because of her foot too. Could he have got hit by a car after she let him out the car? That's a possibility. We don't know. That's a thing. Believe that could have happened as well. It was all lies given to us, and no calls to the family when it happened. All right, let me get off of this so that we can get to that other video of the auntie, because I don't want to have my live too long, y'all. Because y'all know when the live's too long, baby, nobody want to watch them. Okay, well, nobody finish them when they too long. That's why I don't be doing those long live streams. And 2, I don't have enough patience. I don't have enough patience, y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button and support my little goal. If y'all enjoying this live stream, if y'all want to bless your girl, y'all can do so. But definitely hit that like button for Pop. All right, let me go up. Let's find the other video. Allegedly, stepdaddy drove girlfriend was in contact. Okay, this is that's from the live we just did. I mean the video. Okay, is this the one? Yeah. Dang, y'all, this one all day. Before you know, it's gonna be at 1 million views. This story went viral.
I'm just waiting.
Okay, this one is 22.
To build the audience.
I don't know if I'm gonna play the whole thing, but I'm gonna play a good bit.
Davis family strong. We come together. We hopping on here. Y'all tag, share.
Baby, Auntie got on her Dior girl. You love her Dior, baby.
I'm sitting in the box.
Hey, y'all. I'm going live. We're a family that came together. Hold on a moment. I'm waiting on a few people to hop on here. We got the family all together. We got a yard full of people outside with the DJs. But we share going on and talk and say what we got to say for this live. I'm giving everybody a few minutes to hop on. If y'all hear our kids in the background, they show up, they show love too. Yeah, it's in your face too. Yes. So I just want y'all to know. We on this live. We a family. We got the inside of the house full. We got the kids in the back. We got people in the front yard. Every day of the new year and before the new year, my family been grieving. And we still feeling the wrath from each one of us, from the tears, from the anger, from trying to uplift, uphold, encourage one another regarding my nephew, stepdaddy Dro, T2, Tyrone Davis Jr., Young Dro, YouTuber, blogger, truck driver, all social media platforms that's real high, a great young, humble, respectable young man that get it from the muscle the right way all his life. He leave two kids, one boy, and that's Eli, and he got one daughter, Chloe. So I want to be on here because there's so many people that has shown love in this situation that's still unanswered about my nephew. So I just want to address that on our main issue for why we showing up tonight to come back on here on this live, because we got something to say. So I'm gonna give it just a few more minutes, and I'm gonna allow more people to hop on this live. This is my family. We in the living room. We trying to whisper.
Thank you,
But guess what? We know we on
Thank you,
live,
my
and we got a
love.
lot to say. But one thing about this family, I don't care if the different last name is in this room. We one sound, one family, on one accord, and that's what it is. That's what it's gonna be. Let me tell you, we running over with emotions right now. It is a big deal. As y'all know, my nephew has lost his life by the situation after a Christmas event, just trying to love on a woman unconditionally like no other. And when I tell you he did it, no other person can do it better than him when it comes to how to treat a lady. He wasn't fake, he wasn't phony, he always been real. That Leo in him is a leader, a go-getter, a dresser, and know how to take care of his kids and love on his woman. And when I tell y'all, it wasn't just for no social media. That was him, whether it was a holiday, whether it was a regular day, he treated her with the utmost romantic special love. And that's how he do his family, not just the mama, not just the daddy, not just the aunties. My nephew was that guy, a shining light from up above. God made him different. He walked around different, full of love, full of laughs, full of goals. And when I tell you, that's for the smile that he brought with it, because it wasn't nothing but love when he walked into a room. It is a big deal. And this is what I got to say about this situation that got us all mixed up until we get rest. And let me tell you something. Before we start anything, before I even came on this live, we started off in prayer, because you best believe we know the man up above. And as much as you say you know the God, go to God, we done did that, and we still doing that. And some of us, it's hard to pray when you in them shoes. It's hard to talk to God when you in them shoes. And if you ain't been in them shoes, humble yourself, pipe down, because you can't speak on nobody's family. Now I want to address this.
Okay, let me say this, y'all. First of all, I love the way she's speaking over her nephew. Like, give him his flowers, baby. Because if you look at his social medias, everything she's saying is true. Like, you see pretty much everything. You see him. He's definitely a dresser. He definitely stayed dressed. Like I said, he was one of those flexes, right? He had his kids. He did things with his kids. Everything was about the girlfriend. Like, it was a lot, y'all. I was like, oh wow, like they don't make them like this no more, child. He was up in there making lunch for her. I see videos with the mom where they celebrate his mom's birthday and all of that, y'all. So everything what Dante's saying about him is true, but it still makes you wonder, like, how did we get here? Like, that's the $1 million question. How do y'all go from him loving on her so much and vice versa? Because I gotta be fair, from what he was saying, she gave him that same energy. She made his life easier, so he made her life easier, right? So how did we get from that to this? That's the crazy part. How did you go from that to a domestic situation once the cameras are cut off? That's what we want to know, right? Now, why the girlfriend not over there with them? That's kind of, I won't say that's strange, because if I was in that situation, I wouldn't be there either. Just off the string that from what I seen when I was watching Nika and Night video, they were saying she can't even go to the funeral. They want answers, baby. So it's giving us a little tension there. So I could see why she's not with the family at this time, because, and rightfully so, like, she was the last known, I have to emphasize known, because known basically on camera that people knew of to be with him. And when I say she was the last known person, the reason why I say that is because we don't know what happened under that bridge. We don't know what happened once he got out of that vehicle when the cameras went off, right? We don't know if he was hit by a vehicle. We don't know if somebody tried to rob him. We don't know none of that. We don't even know if the girlfriend actually did it. Because if it was that easy to put all of it on the girlfriend, she would be arrested right now. See, this is why you have to wait and let the police know. And the crazy part is the police don't always do their job like they should. That's the crazy part. But for certain situations, you just gotta pray and hope that the truth prevails. And I hope that this family get the answers that they need, because this is really sad, especially the way it happened. It just, oh child, I'm getting chills. All right, let me play some more, y'all. Let me play a little bit more.
But why the auntie got something to say? Because guess what? It's one voice. And when big dog Tyrone in the building, he got a daddy. He say, take off, Tasha. And guess what? That's what I'm going to do. That's what we going to do. We going to stand together. One more time, I'm going to show y'all. And let me tell y'all, this family got some goons. But because we know God is going to handle this situation, he going to fix it. And when I tell you Jesus going to well fix it, that the truth shall come forward. And guess what? Revenge is his, and it's going to happen. You best believe we gonna get justice. You best believe we ain't laying down until justice come, because that's how we built. We've been strong for this death situation come. This is how our family rock. Anytime, anyway, whether it is the good or the bad, we always got each other back. You know why? Because we supposed to. And this just made us go 20 times stronger about this situation. So I want to tell y'all this. Let me sit down one time, because I gotta tell y'all. And this it's got to be the biggest thing that took us out of the new year, that hit us and impacted us so hard. But I'm going to start off with Uno. Thank everybody that's been reaching out, reposting, resharing, also just showing love for this family and the burden that we carrying, understanding how my nephew went on a vacation and ended up under a bridge. We know when you pulled off in that car, you pulled off with his cell phone, you pulled off with his wallet, and you pulled off with his...
Oh, here go YouTube doing that weird ish again. Damn. Hold on, y'all. Let me fix it. I don't know why I keep doing that. That's slow. Hold up, y'all. We're going to get back to it. 6:03 on the timestamp. Oh, y'all, the auntie just went live again. Y'all, the auntie went live again. Do y'all want me to play a little bit of that one instead of going back to the other one? Let me know what y'all want. Put a couple ones in the chat if y'all want to jump to the live she just did. They said it'd be a lot of homeless people in the area. He was found and it's dangerous. What if a homeless person actually hit him in the head after he got out the car and it happened like that? That's what I'm saying, Jaisha. That's why I said I'm not jumping to conclusions. I'm on a blog on this story factually and fairly, and my heart goes out to the family. It's nothing wrong with, waiting for the actual facts to come out when you talking about these type of situations. Y'all want me? Oh, dang. Okay, let's play the new one. So when I look, I was like, hold up. Okay, let's put the new one on, y'all. I'm just seeing it for the first time with y'all. She just did this live, matter of fact. Just did it about 21 minutes ago. So let's see if she's even talking about the situation.
January 5th is my brother's birthday, but before I even get into that, I'm going to let a few people get on here. Y'all say where y'all at. I say I'm telling my brother happy birthday today. He had a bittersweet moment. Today is his birthday, and he's still exhausted with the unanswered questions on what happened to his son and why his son was left on the side of the road.
That's the crazy part. Like, what are the police doing? Damn, y'all. That's not me, y'all. That's YouTube. Like, it's really tripping with the playing the dang on video. Hold on, y'all.
Hey, y'all, I finally made it on. Still sticking up. Today we decided to have a happy day so we can get through the day just to celebrate and love on my brother that he needed at this time. And the whole family been waiting on him all day, y'all. I left, and now he just got to the house, the family house, and I'm not even there. So happy birthday, brother. Have many, many more. And I just want to tell y'all as well, because I've got so many orders already, so many people paid already for the t-shirt. So I'm going to go back to my brother, but still tap in because they watching and they tuned in right now. It's Tyrone birthday. Tyrone Davis Sr., you did a good job. You made my nephew, Tyrone Davis Jr. So happy birthday. Y'all tap in from where y'all from. Now, let me tell y'all why I had to run off, because I had to come here. This is where I'm at now. This is the shop that we are, the Davis family, getting shirts from.
Okay, y'all.
It's
I think
Love Customs. This is who's
let
doing
me skip
embroidery.
through it. Let's see.
Don't really have to recap on what it's all about, but it is a big deal pertaining morning motivation with Dro. Yeah, that's who that trucker that was out.
No, it is tripping. Damn. YouTube starting to get on my nerves. I don't know if it's YouTube or StreamYard, but I don't know why I keep doing it. But I think that live stream is about the dad's birthday. And yeah, I think that one is more so about the dad's birthday. So let's go back to the other one and play a little bit of that one before we get off of here. Let's see, hold up. It was the third. Here you go.
We know the man, everybody that's been reaching out, reposting, resharing, also just showing love for this family and the burden that we carrying, understanding how my nephew went on a vacation and ended up under a bridge. We know when you pulled off in that car, you pulled off with his cell phone, you pulled off with his wallet, and you pulled off with his
Y'all, that is not me. Okay. I don't know why I keep doing that, y'all. We might have to stop it because God, that's
you know he ain't Humpty Dumpty. He ain't sat on the wall and had a great fall. Guess what? I know one thing happened, and whatever it is that happened, we praying that it come forward. I also know y'all left that cabin and y'all went and got a room because y'all checked out the cabin. Y'all got a room. Then you said that you left the room and you went to Papa John's Pizza. Guess what? The detective said you've been to Papa John's Pizza. And guess what? The Davis family did their own investigation. When they hit Gainesville, you best believe they just told Gainesville streets down for answers. I didn't tell y'all this because my live went dead the last time. It was a homeless man under a bridge. Under that same bridge, they found my nephew body at. Let me tell you, say it again, brother. The pizza on the ground flew out the box. The chicken wings has flew out the box. So he went to the hotel to check in on camera. He went to the Papa John's pizza place on camera. And guess what? Everything was working fine. Everything was working by God Almighty power. All bones, all limbs, nothing fractured in his head. He left the Papa John's people.
But when he got out that car.
When he got out that car. And guess what? Papa John's and the bridge less than 10 minutes apart. So that means, girl, that demon rose up in you as soon as that man got back in the car. You started at the cabin, and after y'all got food, you still on that. You still on that. So between Papa John's and the bridge, something had to happen. And I'm going to tell you, like the homeless man said, by the time he looked over, he barely saw a stagger and he collapsed. So, okay, I'm going to run it back. Under that bridge, something happened. I don't know these people in Gainesville. I know a lady that said to me, and shout out to you, ma'am, you said that it's a lot of powerful people you know in Gainesville. Next thing I know, I got a dispatch call saying pedestrian versus sedan. Said a bystander, a vehicle, a passenger. No, this baby, this old. This on my page. A passenger saw pedestrian get hit by a vehicle. They said the caller.
I wonder why she said, y'all, did y'all catch that? I wonder why the whoever sit next to her said don't give him too much. Y'all heard that too? Like we can't ignore that now. That was a little weird. The person sitting next to her said don't. She kind of stuttered. She was like don't give him too much or don't tell him too much. And then the aunt turned back and was like, no, that's old. That's on my page. Lakeisha said the family know more. But here's the thing. If they know more, why? But they're not, putting it out as if they know more. They're putting it out as if they need answers. So it's that, I don't know, y'all. And I get that to say, yeah, because it's still under investigation. But I don't know. That was weird. That was weird. I can't negate the fact that was weird. Okay? That kind of threw me for a loop when I heard her say that. Like, why would she say that? Like, All right, let's play.
Got out because he was in the middle of the road and caller is blocking pedestrian with their vehicle. Now, why would they be in her Infinity truck? And guess what?
She don't drive.
She don't drive. Her ankle broke.
And
guess what? Miss Lou ain't Lou. Her name Kiara. Miss Lou is a girlfriend to T2. She's not his wife. And I know it's so much mixed up communication on this situation. But it's okay. I'm going to tell you this. The investigators are doing their job heavy. It's wide open.
Good.
They're doing full force because this family ain't letting up. So we're going to let them do their job. We don't know what happened. We know he ain't Humpty Dumpty, but we're going to get to the bottom of it and we're going to have patience and wait. Yes, everything is moving by God's power and it's going to be released in the name of Jesus. We speak that for justice. Not even with that being said. So I'm going to leave y'all there because that's what we stuck at right now while they do the investigation. Number 2, why did you transfer the money out of his bank account that he said shared with my sister the day after he was pronounced deceased at the hospital? My sister and T2 share a bank account. The account is on 0 and it shows the money was transferred to his single account by himself. You got access to his cell phone. You got access to his bank accounts. If you ain't money hungry and desperate and you got all access to everything he got, we ain't worried about no worldly possessions. We screaming justice over here. We want justice over here. It ain't about the money. He got $1 million wardrobe. He got a son. You think we give a darn about a clothes? We would rather have my nephew here. We would rather have my nephew with breath in his body. If you ask me, I'm going to tell you real quick. I said he should have dusty rolled in the car, fired on him, shut him out, took the domestic violence charge, and then just bonded out. But he's not that guy. He's not that guy. No, I'm letting them know he's not that guy. He's not a woman abuser.
Well, let me say this, okay? The auntie said he should have dusted rolled her. Ooh, I ain't never heard it like that. But let me say this, y'all. If that is actually true, actual, factual, then that's another thing that the police can investigate when it comes to the situation because they weren't married. According to the aunt, she was only a girlfriend. So if she did, the police can trace all of that. All of that is traceable. Okay? Anything digital can be traced and all of that. So if she is doing stuff like that, if she did indeed transfer all of his money from his mom's account, well, him and the account that his mom shared to his. She didn't say that she transferred it to hers. She said that he had 2 accounts, right? He had one that he shared with his mom, and then he had his own account, which is weird. Because I'm like, if he got his own account, why would he have all of his money in an account between him and his mom? For the girlfriend to even transfer over to his account. I don't know. But I'm not saying that it ain't true. I ain't saying that it is true. What I'm saying is the police can easily investigate that, y'all. That's digital. That's digital evidence right there. This is a MURDER investigation. So the police will be able to investigate that, and that will be considered theft. Just because she had access to his accounts does not mean that she can have his money. Okay? Especially if he gone. That's for his kids. And technically, if you know anything about when somebody passes away, if they don't have a living will, then technically it ain't really for his kids. They would have to go through lawyers and all. Like, it's a whole, y'all, it's a headache. It's a lot, okay? It's a whole lot that got to be done when there is no living will. When they ain't got no living will, you gotta go through. So I advise anybody, like now I'm dropping y'all some gems. If you don't have a living will, if you don't have no insurance, baby, try to get it and try to make it easy on your loved ones, because when something happens, that is the hardest thing. Planning a funeral is so hard when, you know, everything is not in order like it should be. Hey, hey, twin. Hey, Carpet Thugging with Mika in this bitch. Shout out to you, my birthday twin. That smart pop, he's gonna take care of the mama first. Yeah, I could see that too. I could see that too. Now, I'm not saying nothing is wrong with him having an account with his mom, y'all. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, the police can track that. Like that's and that's not the girlfriend's money. If you had to do that, if he did have money in an account with his mom, and you went and took the money from that account to put into his other account that only you have access to, allegedly, then that could easily be traced. All of that gonna fall under this investigation, y'all. That's not just gonna go by the wayside, because that money does not belong to the girlfriend. That's not her money. If that's the case, he would have had an account with the girlfriend. Then that would have been a different situation. If he had the girlfriend on his accounts, which we don't know that, y'all, because here's where it gets tricky, right? Here's where it gets tricky. His mama, because he's not married, right? And this is where you gotta like really know your age. Because he's not married, they are not married. They can literally put a stop to that. They can literally go to the bank because he is no longer here. He is deceased. The mom, I want to say the mom will be considered next to kin, but it's not that easy to access all of his stuff unless she's like a power of attorney or whatever. Now, I ain't saying he don't have that in order because we don't know his business, but they could easily go to the bank and put a stop, put a freeze on his account, because at the end of the day, if the account is still under his name, unless he has the girlfriend as an authorized user on his account, see, then that would be different. That would be different, y'all. We don't know that though. Unless he have her as some type of authorized user or whatever, and have her own credit card, whatever, when it comes to him. See, there's a lot that can go into play. This will have to be a whole different type. This will have to be literally another deep dive. A deep dive, but we need more details to actually get into it. Because it could be a little more to it, y'all. But if it is the way the aunt is saying and it's that simple, then they can literally put a stop to that. They can stop her from accessing his funds. Even if she did get it transferred over the next day, she don't have no right to his money because they were not married. I don't care if they lived together for 10 years. They not married. So legally, and if she's not on his bank accounts, then that's considered theft. That's considered theft. Okay? So yeah. That definitely, I'm pretty sure the cops got that, got that in the bank though. Let me see. They offer him a plea deal. He don't deserve it. We need to know where. What y'all talking about? Let me not go in the comments because I'm gonna get distracted and I'm gonna forget what I want to say, y'all. Let me see if I can play a little bit more, y'all. Then I gotta get up off here because them cheering start school tomorrow. But I will be back tomorrow with some more content, baby.
He ain't gonna put his hand on a woman, but I was thinking every scenario, maybe she didn't do it. And I know one thing for sure. Not only that, let me say this. Let me say this. Baby. She put the account to 0. Yeah. But this is what I want y'all to think about. If all family mourning and all family really going through all kind of anger and emotions, and y'all can hear it in me, and it is real. By my nephew, it's a big deal. By all family members, it's a big deal. But I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this with everything in me. This woman got the nerve to think she going to come to his funeral.
Welcome to Lauderdale. Welcome to Lauderdale.
That's the daddy. That's right. You think you're going to come to his funeral? I think you better get a rain check, baby. I think you need a rain check. Because when I tell you, this ain't what you want.
Tell her come, she can sit between me and my sister. She can come.
Listen, one thing about it, 2 things for sure. That ain't what you want. God ain't even going to allow that. Girl, you ain't got balls like that anyway. So I'm just going to call a spade a spade. All right, sister, I respect that. So let me calm down.
Let me calm down. But guess what? We one voice, we one sound. That's all I want to say. And also, before I pass this phone, sister, what you said? Cuz what you said? If the roles were reversed, my nephew would have been booked under the jailhouse. One thing you could tell them people, her family members, her mama, he wouldn't have left her. Say that again. He wouldn't have left her. If the roles was reversed, that nigga would have been in booking before he could have even made a step from the gas station to the hospital. But T2 is not that guy. His heart too good. He loved her too much. And then for you to show your love, if not any other time, now was the time. The lies, the lies, the lies. That's what we got problem with. All the lies. This is my big brother, Big Ty. When I tell you, I respect everybody who making their post. Y'all content creators trying to make y'all money, do what y'all do. Y'all, it's fine. It's positive. Y'all forcing justice for T2, draw whatever. But y'all kind of taking it a little too far. Somebody posted my dad in the casket. We not too long ago lost my dad. Come on, y'all doing a little too much. Some people need to check themselves before they wreck themselves. It's going a little out of hand. But I respect everybody who got love for us and gave us thank you for what we going through.
Hey, listen, y'all, I want to thank all y'all who've been sharing. You know, I don't care about nothing but what belongs to me. Materials, you know, possessions. My son worked for that. You know, this family raised him right, you know, for him to accomplish all the goals that he did. It's more than a son to me. You know, right now I'm walking in the spirit, you know, called the flesh. My guts on the ground. If it weren't for this right here, if it weren't for this here, y'all, if it weren't for this, I don't know where I'd be right now. You know, I ain't asking for nobody to throw nobody under the bus, and I want to say thank y'all, you know, but I do deserve to know, you know, justice for my son. You feel me? Right now at the time, you know, you know, the crooked letter I, cause we was about that. You feel me? Right now, all I ask for, just give me what belongs to me. That's answers to my son.
I'm gonna look into it, Miss Paula. I'm gonna look into it. That story actually been. If you're talking about Naziah Harris, that the little girl that passed away, hasn't it been some time past? If I'm not mistaken, that story been going on for a while. If I'm not mistaken, y'all, I don't want to misquote it. But is that like with the Jarvis Butts guy and all of that? That's what y'all was talking. I didn't know what y'all was talking about in the comments. But if Mika's still in here, she can verify it if that's what you're referring to. Because we is about that. Don't play with them. What you talking about, Tay? All right, I'm gonna play a little bit more, y'all, and I'm gonna get up off of here. Let's play a little bit more of the dad.
We ain't caring about no possessions. We ain't even worry about no bank accounts because we going to handle that. Yeah. You know, if y'all seen the counter light, y'all want to come out, you know, and share that, please support, please share. You know, if you see anything positive, we ain't trying to bash nobody. We want to speak on behalf of me and the rest of the foundation. You know, we just want justice because at the end of the day, when they give us, you know, whatever they have, you know, that they come to a conclusion with, it ain't going to heal that wound. I don't wish this on nobody. You know, I done cried. I woke up in the graveyard with my daddy, you know, because I needed answers. I'm asking the Lord, you feel me, to just hold on me. Tyrone, I'm seeing you, but I don't exist right now. There's the spirit in me. That's the only thing to keep me afloat. You feel me? And, you know, for everybody out there to have a son or a daughter, teach them don't trust no motherfucking body. You feel me? And that's respectfully. Because at the end of the day, we never thought this. We embrace people. And I ain't going to put it on my tongue to call no name. But at the end of the day, you see this here?
And they out the door too.
And I can look all out the door.
Yes.
Damn.
The whole yard, the whole
500 plus. We speak in numbers. I'm just asking y'all to share anything, you know what I'm saying, that's pushing positivity to help me and this foundation over here, this David Strong Village, get closure and answers. That's all I ask for. What more can a father ask for? I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.
Period. Period. At the end of the day, rightfully so. Like he lost his child. You know, you're entitled to answers. And it's unfortunate that everybody don't always get the answers they need. Let me stop it here, y'all. Let me because I gotta get off. It's almost 2 hours and I gotta, yeah. Let me stop right here. But unfortunately, everybody don't always get the answers they need when it come down to, you know, these type of situations. But for the ones that do get the answers, thank God, because imagine losing a loved one, somebody that's dear to your heart, that, you know, you've been knowing all of your life, their life, whatever, and something happened to them and you never find out what happened. I could only imagine. It's like a wound that never closes, right? So hopefully they get the answers that they need, y'all. Because like I said, I did go on the page of what is his name? Of the Junior, Tyrone Davis Jr., aka Stepdaddy Drew, aka T2, like the auntie say. I did go on his page and it did seem like he was that family member that was the life of the party. That's what it gave to me. It gave that he loved hard. He was very expressive. He wore his heart on his sleeve. He wasn't he was a tender ninja. You know how they say when you love your woman and you express it publicly? He was tender about her. And he said that on one of his posts. He was like, I'm real tender about my little fine ish, right? It was a picture of him and her. So, you know, I agree. The aunt not lying when she spoke on him and gave him his flowers as far as his personality, how he was, and all of that. So, you know, everybody's entitled to know and to get answers when it comes to losing a loved one. We have police and detectives and stuff like that in place for a reason. You know, even though unfortunately it don't always end in answers. Some crimes become cold crimes or cold mysteries. And it's real sad because those people never get to fully heal. Healing comes through justice. Healing comes through answers, closure. So hopefully they get the answers that they need. If the girlfriend is the guilty party, you know, then she needs to be held accountable. If she ain't, then whoever is needs to be held accountable. Facts, okay? I mean, period. So that their family can have the closure and start their healing process when it comes to losing his son, the nephew. He was a son, he was a nephew, he was a friend, he was a daddy, all of that. So, yep, that's all I gotta say, y'all, when it comes to this live. Like I said, I will keep my eyes on this situation because I want to see the outcome. I want to see what the detectives do, because the auntie did say that detectives is full-fledged. They going full force, you know, investigating. So I want to know the outcome. I'm gonna keep y'all updated. We're gonna do another story on it once more details come out. We just gonna keep pushing, y'all. We're gonna keep coming with the content, baby. Okay, period. I love y'all. Hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, y'all.
Yeah, you tuned in to Lou Pop, baby. She don't follow trends, she follow facts. Receipts ready, energy heavy. Let's go, let's go. L-U-P-A-C, baby don't play. She speak facts, you see. Truth talk, clap back. All receipts on deck. She stand tall in the booth, got respect on her neck. I-N-D-E, yeah, she grinding with ease. P-E-N-E-N-T, bring in truth to the streets. Go. She don't do drama, she drop data. Scroll the page, now or later. You'll see lies get exposed and the fake get froze like refrigerators. Name ring bells like second line. Speak real, no need to lie. She from the south with a strong survivor. Snakes don't make it out alive. L-U-P-A-C, ain't no faking on the screen. Call a judge, call a jury. She deliver with that heat. You won't clap, but she got truth. No sugar in her speech. Independent, bold and real. This Lupac baby, capiche? They scrolling, she exposing. They trolling, she compose. See, Lupac don't just react. She the code what's not disclosed. From screenshots to timelines, receipts in real time. You playing checkers, she playing chess. Every move defined. Got that hustle in her bones. No cosign built her own. Views go up when she speak up. This platform here a throne. L-U-P-A-C, baby don't bend. She speak facts, you see. Truth talk, clap back. All receipts on deck. She stand tall in the booth, got respect on her neck. I-N-D-E, yeah, ain't rumors. This is real talk, backed by real proof. Welcome to Lupac, baby, where every video got purpose.